Hey, welcome in once more. Wow, that was a really quick pause. Normally it does a nice steady fade out, but boom. EDM is over. Officially that was called drum and bass. The pretzel list today is kind of thin to work with, so I go with what I got. Welcome in. Welcome KDP Thorson. Is Mrs. Jedi in there yet? Nah, Mrs. Jedi knows that I'm streaming, but she's doing some serious schoolwork, and I think she has a I'll call it a business meeting because I don't really know what it is, but she's got something coming up a little late. I don't know, maybe she's talking with some Hawaiians who are working earlier in the day, or I don't know, maybe she's got a Dan Servo thing going and she's got to talk to Australians, they can be. So, welcome in. It is another SnowRunner Wednesday. Next Wednesday, the new season 10 will be available, so that's definitely what I'm doing then. So, today, I'm going back to Pine Valley to see if I can get the rest of that racetrack open. And there are still two, I think it's two of the communication towers I need to get parts out to. There was that one that I kept trying to get to, and no matter how I drove around, this big old truck with a big old trailer kept finding ways that didn't actually go there. And then there was a bridge that needed to be repaired that may or may not be involved. So I got some scouting to do. I got a lot of work today. I got about 2 hours to do it. I'm going to see how far I can get through it. Because if it doesn't get finished on today's stream, then it's going to be a few weeks before I come back to this, because Connect and Repair, I believe, is the title for Season 10 that is out next Tuesday. So next Wednesday, I'm headed to British Columbia, and we're going to start crossing rivers and fixing ferries and putting electrical towers back up and other cool stuff. And I think at one point you actually tow an entire boat across the land to get it to a different chunk of water instead of, just floating the boat around. What would I know? It's Canadians. They're like Australians. They do what they want. I do have this set and opened up for multiplayer, but this is one of those codes where L's and ones and zeros and O's and all of those other letters and numbers that look really close to each other, especially in the font that they chose in this game, might be mixed up. So, should King Ninja happen to drop by in a little bit, interested in playing, I may have to take a brief time out to screw around with the multiplayer code. But the code's up there. I'm guessing it's RF 1-year-old. It could be an L, could be a 0. I don't know. Anyway, I don't need a multiplayer to get started because I am sitting here at the garage. I actually have a couple of vehicles in the garage. The Ford is a nice cab over that King Ninja was kind enough to recover for me in some other mission someplace. So it's there and it's ready to go. It's not a great truck. It's a fun truck. It's super nostalgic for someone who grew up in the 70s. I saw a really good YouTube video about why Americans don't run cab-over trucks anymore, but that's almost all you see in Europe. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to me. If it's interesting to you, you can Google it. It all has to do with total vehicle length versus just trailer length. The Voron. The Voron's not a bad truck. That one would be kind of manageable. But let me see what else. What else have I got to work with? Oh, that's right. I got the big old Zix. I need to figure out why the controls aren't actually controlling. There we go. There we go. Okay. The controls were failing to control anything. That's always a little worrying. So the Zix. Nope, I hit the B button because I am stuck in switch mode. There we go. Okay, so I got the Zix sitting right there in my front yard. It only has 9% fuel. That's not like me. Oh well. I do have... Ooh, the Res has lots of fuel. The Res needs to get out and start checking some of these towers. If I am not mistaken, that's the bridge that's broken. What I really need to do is get up about here. I think that is roughly where the one tower that needs to be repaired lives, and I think there's another one back out here somewhere. If I can get to that tower right there, though, that will get me the stuff that I need. Oh, it's a Sirenscape raid! Okay, get ready, get ready. I got something for you.
Oh, you caught me off guard. I was just murdering.
Okay, I wasn't actually murdering, but look, I got Sirenscape hooked up.
Just look at him, folks.
Here
He's
we go.
trying.
I've also got Dan Servo hooked up here.
5, 4,
This is one of the best clips. I gotta put the glasses back on so I can
2,
see this one real well.
1, go.
Hey Dan, why don't you
And
just
here
come
comes
down
another man.
here?
He's making his way towards the blades. Will the doors open in time? They did. He's making his way over the pit. He made it. Oh my God, he made it. Dan, that is amazing. You made it all the way across.
Why do I feel like I didn't really?
But wait.
That's, there's a chest there, Dan. Why don't you open it up?
Yeah, Dan?
What's in there, Dan? Is it a trophy? Congrats! Now you get the big prize.
Oh, that was one of the most glorious moments in 7 Days to Die history. Thanks a lot, Dan. Hey, thanks for the raid. Everyone else coming in from Sirenscape?
Sponsored by Mega Crush.
Sponsored by Mega Crush, everybody.
Sponsored. Go! That was an awesome one. Oh man, who do we have? We've got, well, KDP was already here, so you're like a double raid. Way to go, KDP. Dan Servo and Steve. Steve from Sirenscape, I know you're out there somewhere.
Why did it have to be snakes?
And Old Bacon Face, I got you a clip. Welcome in, Old Bacon Face. Unfortunately, first was actually taken by the first person here for a change, so I'm afraid you'll have to wait until the next one around. Now, Steve from Sirenscape, I don't have a sound clip for you yet because you're probably going to have to provide me one. Although, why are you speaking with a British accent? That would probably work. I'm going to get that from Dan. I'll get that hooked up for you. This will be good. I don't have a swear jar here, but I do have the flip counter. It's kind of the closest I got, but Steve can take all the swears for me. Hey, Steve, you know what? I haven't used the guest star feature of Twitch yet. You should jump on real quick so you can come and swear. That was so fun. I have just enough time between the end of my work and the beginning of my stream to dive in to the chat show that shall never be named. So that makes a good entertainment. So for anyone else coming in from Sirenscape that hasn't been here before, I'm Lone Jedi. On Wednesdays, I typically do my heavy vehicle simulation gaming. Most of the time, that's SnowRunner. I play a little American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. I've tried throwing a little Farm Simulator because the community that likes those games tends to like that one too, but I am so bad at it that it tends to be pretty boring watching me do the same thing, so I haven't done that one in a little while. But SnowRunner is my primary jam. I've got more hours in that than any other game. Normally, I run things on my Switch. This particular game today, because I'm using modded maps and have the ability to run modded vehicles, but I'm not currently. I'm actually running it on my Steam Deck, but going through the same HDMI capture card that I use for my Switch, so it actually makes it a nice convenient cutover. I am just getting started here, trying to figure out where I left off last time, what missions I need to get to this time. My overall mission for my stream today, typically 4 to 6 Pacific, is to get access to the racetrack over here opened up so that I can try to arrange to get some extra multiplayer action going, getting a few people in there and see if we can actually make a race happen. Because the official support for racing in the Season 7 DLC was meh. It did have some good off-road courses, but their main track, I wasn't a huge fan of it. So I want to see if the mod maker who made this map made something a little more interesting out of this one. Plus, it gives me a goal to work toward. So one of the things I want to do is I've got a scout class vehicle sitting down here by the lake. I need to pop it up. I'm going to plot out a course to try to follow. I need to get over to this watchtower. Don't know what's between those last two waypoints. Doesn't look good. But I need to get over there so I can open up some more of this map and see what all I'm dealing with. Because I also have a repair mission that I've been working on across 2 different maps. 7 different communication towers are all down. I have 2 left to repair. One of them I think is near this watchtower, and one of them I think is near this watchtower. And in my last week's session, I reached this bridge right here and discovered that it is actually broken and is its own repair mission. It's kind of how SnowRunner goes. Oh, yeah, I also noticed there was a watchtower right there that probably would have been handy to find, but there's a really steep hill right here, and I don't think if I take a vehicle down there, I'm going to be able to get it back up. So, since I had my truck with a trailer full of repair parts, I didn't want to throw it off the cliff. Not that I haven't done that before, but I wasn't going to do that this time, so I ended up getting distracted by other things and worked my way down here. It's kind of like Zelda, either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. You wander off to do one thing, something shiny appears off the side of the highway, and you dive off that way, you're off doing something else. And King Ninja was helping me multiplayer last time I played, which I guess was actually 2 weeks ago, because I was sick for a week somewhere in the middle there. I was sick enough that I'm having trouble remembering exactly when that happened. But that's why I'm struggling a little here to remember exactly what I was doing. But that gives me two primary topics to work on. Can I play music to revert to my younger self? No, not that Zelda. I can play newer Zeldas. I can only play Switch native Zeldas. The ports, I've played the ports a little bit. I love Zelda now. I didn't grow up a Zelda kid. Well, Zelda didn't exist when I was a kid, so that's kind of sad to start with. But when the NES and the SNES came out, I was on some of the other popular platforms at the time. The TurboGrafx was my absolute favorite. I still love that system. But I am digressing pretty badly here. So let me pop over. If it'll let me have it, I would like to jump back. I would very much, please, like to jump back into my scouting vehicle. There we go. Vroom. Love the horn. I gotta turn on the headlights. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Headlights are on. Maximum safety we can get. It is possible to mount beacons on this vehicle, which is how you get really safe. I did actually open that. Yes, okay. I drove that over here because I opened this watchtower, and it's the only watchtower I've seen on any map, vanilla or mod, that doesn't actually have a watchtower with it. There have been a couple where you have to build the watchtower before you can activate it, but this one just doesn't have one. It's got a square for watchtowering, but you don't actually get the tower. So that was kind of sad. So I probably should have marked my path out a little bit better, because wow, there's a lot of little roads out here. The mod map maker that made this one did a really nice job. It's got a few little bugs in it here and there, but it's not bad overall. The last couple that I've tried playing have been marginally bad. This one does have some extremely steep sections that are kind of intended to be driven upon, which the normal software maker does not do, because physics gets a little hinky in this game from time to time. So this map has suffered from that, but the magically falling through the earth to the infinite void below don't really have any of that. And I've only run into one or two places where you get the mystery inflatable exclamation points where it's unable to load. It's either a model or a texture to put on the model, or some combination of both. That one I've seen come up a lot in mod maps, but only a couple places in this one. Oh, hey, I haven't even gone to 4-wheel drive yet. Or 6-wheel drive in this car's case. R.I.P. Void. Actually, I wouldn't count on that. I haven't toured the entirety of both of these maps yet, so I would not rule out the possibility that I could find myself voided at some point in time. Oh, hey, this is interesting. Yeah, this is actually kind of intended to be the road. Sort of. Let's go ahead and kind of guesstimate where things are supposed to be there. Oh, okay, I see where it goes now. It goes around / through this one rock. Ooh. Kept them all on the ground. Well, I kept a few on the ground at a time. I didn't take them all off the ground. My normal MO. My first session on this map, I was particularly reckless and set my record for flips. Although that's in large part due to the fact that they've got such steep, weirdly built roads. And I took the really top-heavy Scout 800, so its natural inclination is to flip anyway. But since then, I think I only had one flip last week. I'm gonna see if I can match or better that this week. But I am doing some scouting. Scouting definitely tends to end in flippage. Oops, slow down there, Bubba. So did I guess? Yeah, I think I guessed where that one was supposed to go. Oh, hey, that works. I can actually see the blue square. We're headed for this one. Oh, the time travel Zelda, now that I'm catching up on past... Yeah, what do I have? I've got the remake of Link's Awakening on Switch. I've played that one a bunch. I got myself to a point where I have no clue what the hell I'm supposed to do to get into the next dungeon. No, I don't want that. I want to set the brake. Stop the engine. I want to take a look at the pretty. So if you're not going to look at the pretty, then there's no point in playing this game. And that's the one advantage to playing today here on the Steam Deck, is that the Steam Deck definitely has better draw distance and fidelity. It's kind of a weird zoom, but I'll take it. Oh, there we go. That opened up a bunch of nice stuff. So there's the rest of the track. I do see that there's a contest in each drag lane. I think you have to drive the length of that in like 10 or 11 seconds. Which is going to be hard in any of the trucks. So I'm going to have to start looking at something like the Gorby, the race car from Season 7. And then I'm not sure what the setup is for the track race, but I can definitely see that there's 3 separate piles of crap sitting on the track. So there's got to be, and I know from someone else who's I've watched stream this map, there is a blockade that runs across the pavement there that you also have to get cleared. I think as soon as you've got the drag strips running, then you can get to the oval, and then you got to clean up the oval. So let's see, what else do we have out here? That is an intriguing looking building with a swimming pool. Oh, hey, that must be a millionaire's house, because there is a chopper on the landing pad, there's a giant pool, some sort of fancy house, and I'm guessing that must be tennis courts. Since the vehicle that I'm driving, I'm not towing anything, it's not really tied to anything, I can go ahead and drive it till it's empty, if need be, and then just recover it back to the garage. So I want to go see about opening up a couple more of these towers. I'm going to start by coming over to this one that I'm working my way towards, because this should expose where one of the repair towers that I need to get to is and how to get to it. That was my big problem. So I knew where it was out in the blackness, but I couldn't actually figure out just casually how to drive there. I'm going to have to follow some road that's going to swing out way wide and then cut back in. Nope, I actually want to go back down that way. Fair enough. I got a reverse gear. I can do this. Oof. Okay, 1 point of damage I can live with. It's really not oof worthy. Oop, gotta hit that siren. Clear the crowd. This truck does have the option for a fun little light bar across the top to go with the siren, but you can't do that and have the extra supplies up there on the cab roof. So because I'm actually actively scouting with it, I opted for the less fun but more utilitarian option. I'll regret that later. Or once I've got all of these towers open, so that the map is pretty well exposed. I can just go refit the vehicle and put the fun stuff back on. Keep churning those gears. And I'll go out that way. Yes, I do. After some 750 hours in the base game plus DLC, it's definitely fun to see someone else's design ideas for how these maps should look and play out. I was doing the Krokodilsk region for a little while. That was 3 maps that were all one long line with a single highway road that just weaved in and out and looped back on itself across all 3. It was a really interesting design. It was a fun design. It had a ton of bugs in the way that the map was actually laid out. It had those exclamation points everywhere from where something wasn't loading correctly. Finally, I kind of abandoned it. Okay, diff lock is always on. Good, because I need that. Because it lent itself to really long, boring drives that would then end in some sort of obstacle that either you knew the secret way through or you were stuck. Oop, hey, that's a rock. This is, you know, the correct way through, or at least they put trees so you can get some help in getting out. Okay, we're moving. And what am I, 56 liters. Plus a ton of repair points and spare tires and extra fuel on top. I've got the okay tires. The tires on this thing used to be amazing for driving through mud and snow. But in the first or second patch on this vehicle after they released it, they toned those way down, so it's still fun to drive, but it's not the slightly overpowered beast that it used to be, which I guess is okay. Sometimes you want an overpowered beast. Like when you high center yourself on a rock here. At least I could get off the rock. Speaking of overpowered beasts, I do have the Mastodon out as my truck of choice for this map. That's the one that should actually have the repair parts for these 2 towers still sitting on its bed. Wow, the auto winch actually winched to something useful and then didn't immediately break. The sensitivity on these sticks is different than on my Switch Pro controller. So I'm doing a lot of overcorrection when trying to move the camera. My apologies. If you need to throw up, please grab yourself a bag and lean forward to use it. I haven't thrown up on planes, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. I do have a local friend who's in my Pathfinder games who's tried watching me play this game on stream before, but yeah, he becomes violently nauseated. So he's had to abandon me, and I guess I can't blame him or whatever. I blame him. Ooh, hey, there are multiple roads here. This definitely looks like neither of them is going to go straight. Yeah, they both kick out in wild directions, so let's see about going this way. Oops. Right there. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay, I see the tower there. Another one of those not quite vertical hills. That's what Krokodilsk used a lot of, was the just like 90-degree hills in order to block your path. rather than trying to be subtle and clever with the geography of the region. This one's got some really steep hills, but they're not impassable. They're ill-advised. We'll go with that. And that's fine. Because that's what SnowRunner is all about. Driving somewhere dumb that you know you shouldn't, but you're going to anyway, because it looks fun. Stop engine, and another watchtower. Okay, now we're moving. Now we're getting somewhere in this. Oh, hey, there's a building down there. Okay, so it looks like this one, if I repaired the bridge, it would cut me around real quick. Hey, that's the tower that I'm looking to repair. Which actually means I can come up that road. Yeah, so if the Mastodon's over here, I can take the main road to here and then cut in and take that little access road. Okay, perfect. I know a shortcut task. Ooh, okay. I actually don't have that one active, so let's go grab it. Way easier said than done. Oh, hey, there's a sizable vehicle in the lake down there. I think I want to try going that way to get there. I think that's going to work me out a little bit better. I'd like to get that tower one of these days just to get credit for it. There's another one right in the middle that I haven't gotten yet. And then one out past the track. Okay. We are going to start by going and grabbing that task. That's more a matter of just trying not to flip the truck on the way out there. And after that, I will take a quick look at what it's going to take to get those last 2 radio towers repaired. And then we can take a look at the racetrack. Okay, nice and easy. There we go. So now my streamer friend, It's Miller Time, he was running this map. He ran it for a while. I think he may have actually finished all the tasks on it, but I know he kept running into all kinds of problems with all those really steep road sections, especially back on the first map, where this here is the second map. I know he was spending a chunk of time getting really frustrated at how difficult it was to maneuver as compared to, you know, a base game map. So far, the second map has been relatively straightforward. This is still risky. A lot, but I've also completely left the road behind me. Here's a nice clear path. Oh, and there's my yellow square. And there's something down in the water. My wife will never let me hear the end of this. Just let me know what it's going to cost. Well, apparently it's going to cost $11,500. And I get to keep the trailer at the end of it. As long as you're still hooked up, I could tow them both together right now. Let me check the details. So once the YAR and the trailer... And we're taking them back over here. And, oh, man, that's right. There's also the Dan over here. I got to get the Dan fixed. Dan has the best horn in all of Twitch. I mean SnowRunner. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if I can get out of here. Let me out of here. There we go. Let me go ahead and accept it. No, they aren't. They aren't still connected. That's a bummer. That would have made it easy to do in one grab. Since the res here can't tow anything, can only winch it, means I could only really deal with one of these at a time. So what I need to do is come back with the different scouting vehicle. I'd love to use the F470. This is almost what it's built for, this kind of repair and recovery. But I think it can only tow full-size trailers. I don't think it can pull the scout trailers. That Yar seems to be caught on a rock. Pull forward a little bit here. Nope, that's definitely stuck on a thing. And now I'm stuck on a thing. Which may or may not be a problem. I might just recover at this point. Can pull my way back out. I can do that. Might almost need to go around in front of that one. Okay, well, if I can't actively deal with that, tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and park this one here. That seems like a perfectly safe place to park. Face downhill with the wheels straight, pointed at a lake. Nothing could go wrong with that. We're all fine here. Let's move over to, I think it's this one actually. Sync the comm system. That is it. So those are the original 4. I've done all of those. I think I did that one. Oh, here we go. Let me just go to start tracking. This will tell me where they are. Yep, that's the one that I just saw. That one is tucked over there, and I'm going to bet, well, that bridge may or may not be currently broken. I guess we'll find out. So let me pull up the Big Bad Zix here. There's a nice giant tanker full of fuel, but that's actually not what I need right now. Well, I don't need... That one's tied to a mission some way. I don't want to use all of their fuel. I do have a little of my own. Oh, I know what to do. Since I'm sitting here and I've got a couple of trucks in the garage, we are going to break out this bad boy. I don't think I need the... Yeah, there we go. I don't need the repair stuff on it. I just want... Yeah, I just want the fuel. Okay, well, apparently I can put 43s on, so... Let me put on some decent tires just in case I need to actually go somewhere with this one. Go ahead and let it roll with the default paint job. Sounds fair. If it turns out this can haul enough repair and fuel to take care of the Dan, and I may go back and do that, but we're gonna save that for the moment. Heavy. Oh no, that's the. Oop. Okay, so Ninja stole a little fuel out of the tanker. But that's okay. Okay. Get the Zix fueled back up. Switch over to here. Ooh, what can you get here? Special cargo. Let's see. Which one should I try first? What I really don't want to do is end up stuck at this bridge. So, okay, I tell you what, let's go out to the one that I know that I first targeted and definitely know how to get to now. Oops, that's a little farther out than I want. Yeah, close enough. Tuck that in. I need to get to right just off the road there. And Bob's your uncle. Okay. Hey, Maddie, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, hey. Speaking of safety, beacons are on. We're good. Good evening. I am doing well. I spent my week being sick, and I feel pretty well recovered from it now. I have a couple of more days of hard press during my day job, so this is pretty much my only extracurricular activity for the week. But on Saturday, I should be relatively free finally, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Then we'll see how long it takes my firm to find a new contract to send us out on. That's where the nerves kind of start to kick in, but at least they aren't 10 to 12 hour a day nerves. I am out in the mod map Pine Valley, cruising around doing some stuff. King Ninja has actually been jumping in the last couple of weeks that I ran this map to help out with stuff, so if you are interested in joining, you are certainly welcome to. I've taken my best guess at what the letters and numbers in the join code actually are, so I've got them way down at the bottom. Yeah, that goes for anybody or nobody. It doesn't matter. It's a nice thing about SnowRunner. Works well as multiplayer or single player here. Currently still have lots of missions and contracts available all over the place. This has been one of my favorite... Actually, I think this is my favorite mod map because of all the stuff they've got. Yep, definitely feeling better. All I have left to do for my day job right now, all I have left, is I'm working on one training document. And little does he know, the one guy who's the full-time employee at our client who is going to be inheriting all of this work on Monday comes back from his 2 weeks of vacation on Monday, so he's got a surprise coming. So fortunately, I know exactly who my audience for this document is going to be. And honestly, as long as it covers at least the last 2 weeks worth of stuff that I've done, that should meet the letter of the law. And at this point, I've got it probably 80% done, so I think I can get it completed and submitted for review tomorrow, and then get the final check off and do any corrections on Friday. And then we have a couple of hours scheduled to do a wrap-up meeting with all of the other people who are there, but are also going to be leaving that project next Monday. So there's a bit of a fun time for them at least. Oh, hey, the first thing I need to check out, so now next Tuesday, Season 10 should be out, so next Wednesday I'm going to be going back to my regular Switch 100% playthrough save. And I was watching, I think a Tribe Called Cars had a video out today, and somewhere in there he mentioned that he had heard that on the Switch, this crane actually doesn't sit at the back end of the Mastodon. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm not sure I actually looked when I tested this out real quick on the Switch. Oh, hey, this is one of those few areas where the map geography is weird and wonky. Yeah, like the 200, 300 points of damage right there, shattering everything when it was just kind of a hole in the pavement. Okay, crap. Hang on. Ooh, good. I do have the service kit. I'm going to need that. Looks like I'm down a tire. Okay, I should probably go ahead and repair the tire as long as I'm here, because that's going to help. Wow, that turned into... I remember I tried towing something out the other direction on this, and I got to this little dip right here, and it's full of invisible geometry that just wreaks havoc with anything trying to go through there. So let me go really wide up here. May even want to try going over the top of that one big rock. That tiny little tree won't let me through. A lovely surprise. Oh, you bet, yeah. Okay, there we go. I think we got around the impossible land. I'll take these few little smashes here and there. So yeah, anyway, next week when I get going on Season 10 in British Columbia, I'm definitely going to be taking this truck out for a spin again. Now I got to double check that crane in the back, because I really like having this crane in the back, because it makes it so much easier when you're lifting crap up off the ground to get it both onto the bed of the truck as well as into any trailer. I've gotten painfully used to the notion that if you want to load your trailer up from one of these, you either need to jackknife to get as close as you possibly can, or you have to detach and drive around in order to put stuff up onto the trailer. And then when you reconnect, hope that you don't shake everything off before you can pack it. Wow, this road back here is a little vicious on this truck. But she's doing it. Got 2 towers left to repair, and I've got 2 sets of repair parts. I believe these parts live on the first map, which is why I'm doing whatever I can to not just blindly recover this truck back to the garage to fix and refuel and whatever, because I will lose the cargo and then I will have to do the drive again. Make sure I'm still going the way I want to go. Yeah, I am. That's right, there was something in this little lake right here that needed to be towed back, and I don't know where I towed it to. Yeah, maybe it disappeared. Oops. Oh boy, I did not... Yeah, I don't need that extra waypoint, but once I get to the radio tower, I would know not to just blindly drive around looking for it. Oh yeah, you need to get back into this. It's been okay that I've been on a bit of a break. I think it was New Year's Eve, I finally got completely caught up through the Glades, because that was what was out at the time. And then that gave me a little bit of time to kind of kick back like I'm doing now and do some mod stuff, try out some multiplayer, and mix and match the Switch with the Steam Deck versions to compare and contrast. And then Season 9 came out, and I went hard on that, and I think I only got my 2 Wednesday streams out of it before I'd completed it, because it's just the 2 maps worth. So I've been able to kind of just mess around a little bit and have some fun and play around with this Pine Valley map that I'm really enjoying. So I think once 10 is out and I dive back into that, I'm going to do what I can to not end up completing most of it off stream like I did with Season 9. Actually get at least a small handful of streams out of it. And maybe do a little more Zelda completionist during the off hours. For the last 5.5 weeks, I've been putting in the heavy workload at work as we've been in a panic to try to wrap up a milestone. Originally it was by last Friday, now it's by this Friday, in order to make the client happy. But as it turns out, getting that milestone completed isn't what the customer needed to be happy, because they've got their own budgetary and reorg things all going on, so having contractors in just isn't part of their plan regardless of where we were. So at least now I'm at the end of the panic time, so I have got some more time for sitting back in the evenings and actually trying to play a little bit more stuff. I'd like to even potentially throw in a couple of extra bonus streams, but I've also had to put my Pathfinder games on Tuesdays and Thursdays on hold. Both me and some other people with summer things happening. So those games are about to resume, so I'm going back to at least a four night a week plan. So maybe I don't need too many extra streams. Played it with someone with a cheaty Ford 6-wheel pickup, 6 large fuel tanks, overpowered, unrealistically long winch. Oh yeah, it made the game super easy. And honestly, that's why I haven't done the multiplayer on my Switch 100% completion run, because I don't want someone just charging in and doing all of the story missions and super cheatifying them through that like you can. But here on this game, where it's just kind of me screwing around, checking stuff out, having a good time, just doing the driving in the woods and seeing new things. This one, it doesn't bother me if they did. Now granted, I don't think enough people actually watch me to have randos come by wanting to come in and just cause havoc. Although King Ninja's involved, you know how he can be. But yeah, that definitely for the DLCs on my first play through them, I would definitely be pissed if someone decided to jump in and go super ridiculous OP. You don't really need to race to get the season completed. Now, granted, having said that, I kind of race to complete seasons just because I want to see and do it all. But I do it with the official vehicles and no mods of any kind. Every once in a while, I do toy with the notion of being the rando who just jumps into someone's open multiplayer game just to see what that might be like, but I don't necessarily know what I would really gain from that, because either it's going to be kind of a serious game like I already play, and then it's kind of hanging out with people and having some fun, but when you're just randomly joining, you're typically not going to have the voice connection. I don't think this game has a built-in chat, so you would just be doing driving around. Or you could join in with a bunch of yahoos, and who knows what kind of game experience you might get out of that, especially if you don't take an overly modded truck in yourself. I suppose there might be something to be learned from that experience. Hey, we're almost here. Here's a large rock. That's okay, we're still in one piece. Wow, I've almost taken half the gas tank back out again, just on this drive. That's okay, we're still running. Here's the communications tower. Stay up right here. Keep going, old girl. There we go. Let's go ahead and save some fuel. Cargo management and service spare parts delivered. Oh boy, let's see. I'm a little nervous about that drive with this truck because this better improved road was already really rough on it. I'm thinking I'm going to come back out here to this even slightly larger road. And then we are just going to tool our way down. We are going to see what kind of state that bridge is in. If that bridge is down, then I may just park it right here and then go find a different vehicle to come figure out what this needs to be fixed and actually do the repairs. If it's passable and I can just blare straight across the top, then we're good to go. Now we're starting. Now we got ignition. Take a small gamble. Don't get too close to that edge. Okay, functional. We made it. We're good here. Definitely good on fuel. I still have repair points available. Just in case I keep finding more things to shred fuel tank on. Like that. There's another 2 points down. Yeah, screw the engine. Who needs it? Okay, a little more engine. Up the hill we go. Fuel is good, but I should have some in reserve just in case. I do not care about the suspension. Rough ride is rough, that's just the way it is. It's possible that might make fuel efficiency go down a little bit. I don't know. Not enough that it's ever been a super problem for me. Usually what I see when the suspension is gone like that is every so often the entire screen will just go and the controller will rumble a little bit, but that's kind of it. That's all it's going to do. Feel free, my friend. Vibrate like the wind. Because it's way more of a problem when the fuel tank starts leaking. That's where it's nice to have at least a double handful of repair points available to try to patch the hole. Otherwise, the way physics works in this game is if you leave the truck, it will stop leaking. So you got to transfer to another vehicle right away, and then someone actually figured out exactly what distance physics starts running again. So I think if you come in with a repair vehicle, it's once you get to it's a little dyslexic. It's like 36 or 63 meters away from it. That's when physics starts again, and the leaking will resume. So once you get within close sight of the vehicle, that's when you need to go ahead and charge on in and apply the repair quickly. As long as you completely abandon it and go away from it, and once something's not in visual range, physics tends to stop in this game. Just so it's not always having to calculate everything in the world constantly, because performance would be terrible. I mean, have you seen how glitchy the real world is? I'm oversteering a lot. Now I'm understeering. Okay, now we're back, we're good. We're straight again. Ooh, hey, my drop-off arrow's lit up. That bridge is repaired. I think there's also another watchtower right over there near the comms tower. Oh, I see the comms tower. Well, no, I see something. I see some kind of tower. Oh, no, that is the watchtower. I wonder if they might have some windmills set up out here, too. Just to be pretty. My buddy Miller Time, who is the reason that I found this map in the first place, he's also playing one now called Paradise Valley. And it looks like they've leaned pretty heavily into scooping up components from more recent seasons. So they actually have some farming missions from Season 8. And I noticed that they've got the big fire axe from the big circle in Season 9 deployed out in one of their areas. Oh man, this looks like it might actually be fixed. I don't have a repair mission. Although it's possible it could have a repair contract that I've missed. I'm just gonna hope not. Ooh, oof, there was a heavy bonk. Ooh, wheels go airborne. But it's mostly a one-piece bridge. I'm actually gonna get to finish this mission. Let's see, did I just tear off this way? This seems not terribly efficient for a real-world equivalent location, but I guess if I can at least get close. There we go. Stop the engine. Boom! And a promotion just like that. This is a New Game Plus game. I picked up some of the lessons I learned from trying Crocodilsk, where I had a lot of level problems because there were no XP on that map. So I started myself at 20th rank here, just so I'd have access to some of the unlocks. So I've actually made my way up to 22nd now. $25,000 in cash. A few miles on that adventure, huh? That was a lot of driving. Someone has to do it, I guess. Thanks for the assistance. You got it, Bubba. So, if I can get myself back out of here, I'm now free to be able to recover this vehicle without suffering any extra loss. But I would like to run over and open up that... Yeah, open up that watchtower first. And then since this thing is not going to be able to pull that Yar and the trailer together, I may want to see if I can kind of limp it over the hill here and then drive it over, drop it off this cliff to go open up that watchtower, and then I think I'll only have this one other by the lake left to do on this map. That poor racetrack. I've still got another hour to work on this. I might make it to this racetrack. On the other hand, I might not. I don't think I can see the Millionaire's pad from here. It's a little bit of a bummer. No, that's just fog down there. Let's see if I can get myself off of this Gigantor rock. Hey, look at that. I'm going to go tail first, right? No, nothing about this is going to work. Let's try this again. So I'm just going to go tail first right into this other tree. I couldn't even get it to go far enough to go tail first into the other tree, but this is backing out. Still not turning well. Let's get these wheels turned all the way over again. And we're going to keep on keeping on. Ooh, hey, KDP, do you still happen to be around, or are you working? Says the guy who also works way too many hours, but at least does them during the daylight. Got a mission for you, KDP, if you're here. And if you're not here, then I will just do it on my own once I get to the watchtower down here. Ah, they did put some windmills out here. I thought so. I see the watchtower right there. This may be a one-way trip for the old Mastodon here. Let's see. Let's go this side. Boom, watchtower opened. Stop that engine. Let's take a look at the view. Oh yeah, this one they got a little wonky out there on the water. It looks like it's got weird elevation to it. Ooh, new objective. Oh, look at that. Missing parts. Oh, logging missions. What do we have out here? A scout fuel carrier. Well, that's good to know. Ooh, extra strong temptation to try driving down the hill. Since I'm looking at potentially recovering this anyway, let's see what happens if I try to go down way too much hill here with it. So if this mission happens to be a, hey, can you just grab this truck and tow it someplace, I could do that right now. Oh, hey, we're coming down kind of hard there. That looks like a truck with another large scout trailer. This is another scenario where I could believe I could get one or the other, but not both. But I can at least go get the task open. I'm going to do this a little safely. That will, I could definitely roll this truck down that hill. I've only managed to flip this thing over once, I believe, under its own power. This poor driver slipped off the road with the original load of parts for the wind turbines. Can you clean the mess up for us? And you get to keep a trailer, but not the one that's down there. There we go. Start it. Let me go ahead and stop the engine. Let's go take a look at the maps. There's the missing parts truck, which is this here. Oh, okay, so it wants... Oh, I see. It wants me to take the truck over there, but then it wants the trailer in a secondary pass to go to the trailer store, which will actually be right here, but there's a mission to rebuild the trailer store there. So it would be nice if I could drag them both back to the main road here so that it's a little easier later, but I think I can only tow one at a time anyway. Drag the thing out. Drag the trailer out of the bush. Oh, no, okay. It's highlighting the missing parts one, even though it's got the other one selected. Do I have the brake? Okay, let me set the brake real quick. Now, let me put on the glasses real quick, make sure I can actually see a thing. Let me click this over here because I don't need the other stuff going. Oh, I gotta click that. Oh man, there's so many clickings I gotta make. Okay, clickings are done. And I haven't tested this live yet.
I want my $2!
There we go. There's my new sound clip, just because I got one thing completed during the week. Given how my week has been, I felt pretty accomplished there. Although I did get more than one thing done during the week. I also got several new... My greeter bought several new greetings and sound events added in. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see if there's a quote-unquote safe way for me to actually get around that truck and trailer so I can extract them without joining them there. It would be nice if it would turn. Wow, that's pretty lean-full. So, okay. I'll bite. Let's see. How much lean can I put on this truck as I attempt to close in on them? At what point is it a better idea for me to just come up from the bottom and then pull them straight down the hill? Whoop, he's still out of range. Okay, that one will work-ish. Unfortunately, we are now back to the tail-on-tree problem. At some point, oh yeah, well, that's a big tree that I got it hooked on. I can get pointed uphill so I can back straight down. Hey, there's the exclamation point balloons. There haven't been too many of those on this map. I've been willing to cut them some slack. Okay, there we go. Now we got that one clear of the tree, so this should pull on down. Oops, I'm steering the wrong direction, but at least I will... Ow. Well, I'd stay clear of the tree, but I'm going to end up rolling it. Nope, nope, wait, yep, nope, nope. Poop. Oh well. I was getting ready to recover anyway, so I guess this is where that will happen. I'm gonna give it a minute though. We're gonna let that sit and stew for just a minute, because in the meantime, let me see if I can get this one to just go over the hill. And go grab that tower. Okay, managed to successfully navigate that stump. That's always a point of pride in the SnowRunner. I don't like any of these angles. Yeah, but I managed to survive that nice slow roll. Ooh, and I did get over the hill. Just under half tank. I'll have to remember to fill that up at some point. MK Ultra Gandhi. I know who that is. Okay. This is a little goopy, but we got some decent winching available for a change. Don't care about his gas tank right now. He's got plenty of hit points. lovely puddle. Oop, big rock, go around big rock. Oh, yeah, we're definitely burning fuel trying to climb this hill here. Ooh, pop a wheelie. I'm actually going to intentionally go wide here. Get around that big rock next to the tree. Oof, straight for the biggest rock I could find. Apparently there was... Oh, geez, no sense in turning. Oh, hey, there's the watchtower right there. Okay. Please keep your hands and feet inside the car at all times until the ride has come to a complete stop. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be worse than I thought. Although he stayed upright. Why, the first time I eyeballed that, I was driving the Mastodon with multiple sets of service spare parts on it. Thinking, I wonder if I could go over the edge. Yeah, maybe, but I bet I couldn't make it back up. Nope, I couldn't have even made it over the edge. That would have gone very, very badly. There we go, another gorgeous view. Hey man, look at that. I've got boxes in the green for transmission rate today. It's been weeks since it's been months since the last time I actually had a good internet connection for this. Stupid Xfinity. Okay, what else have I got? There's another fuel carrier over there. I'd like to get back to the Dan if I could too. Give her the VG tune-up. What all do I have left to do over there? It still needs a bunch of different things. Yeah, that needs a lot of them. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to do the recover. Oh, we are accelerating really slowly. How many repair points do I own? Got 150, 300. So I got 450, which is 35 short of what Dan needs. I do have all the tires that it needs. So what do I need? I need 500 repair and 200 fuel. Well, maybe I look at doing the repair frame on this one. 800 repair, but that doesn't have... There we go. That's got fuel, but it doesn't have enough repair parts. Well, that's not frustrating at all. Oops. No, nope. Yep. Does this one have something else I can add? Oh, okay, I got the beacon. Gotta have that. But does it have... No, it does. Looks like it doesn't have like rooftop repair or anything else I can put on, but This will get me a good chunk of the way to fixing up Dan. I've gotten totally sidetracked by everything again. It should come as a surprise to nobody. And that's fine. You know what I'm gonna do, though? I'm bringing you along for the ride, son. Oops, nope, I was gonna try to. And then I forgot which menu set I was on. There we go. Just one out. Let's close you in a little. Let's turn and crash right into a trailer. There we go. Now I have fuel and repair points and tires aplenty. Everything that Dan should need to get up and healthy again. Ooh, that one's got a good horn too. Okay, beacons are on. Headlights are on. Ooh, jam that horn button, son. I do love a good horn jam. At some point, it would make sense for me to actually bother marking where it is that I'm trying to go, but I believe there is a great big bridge over here. I got to get across the great big bridge first, and then I'll worry about it. There's definitely something over here. There's a great big bridge. I go across that, and then it's probably the first improved road, improved-ish road off to the left. Oh, that's right, beacon front and back now. That's what we really needed. Let's check this out. Ooh, full Ford logo. I pretty rarely drive first person in this game. Oh, hey! Nice sleeper back there. Oh, okay. The res is still behind me. I couldn't see it in the mirror. I was worried that I'd lost it somewhere. It would have been totally like me. Yeah, here's a bridge. Now we deal with the Zelda moment. Do I want to get all sidetracked and run the res out to activate this tower? So what I really want to know is there a way to cross the river? I bet not. I bet I have to just wander off down the bank over here. Okay, all-wheel drive engaged. Before I go too far and get too wild and wacky, let me at least put down a couple waypoints. Oh yeah, that's already going to have me a little farther left than I was originally aiming, so this is good. I do notice that there's quite a bit of an elevation loss going this direction. I wonder how quickly we are going to lose said elevation. I've got the autonomous winch. I don't mind rolling it and then tilting myself back upright if I need to, but I am hopeful that I can get back out of here. Now I'm committed. I just hope that this isn't peat bog or anything. Nope, I seem to be going okay. Let's go get this tower. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I also very clearly do not see any way of just casually crossing that river. Unless you're King Ninja and you somehow like float your Ankh backwards across the river. Hey! I think that's the last watchtower on this map. Usually among the first things I try to get to. Some of these are spread out kind of hard to find. Oh yeah, that's the garage in town. That's where I just came from. Oh, what do we have over here? A Kodiak. Wow, that's definitely out there. I'm guessing there's low water here. And if there's low water there, there may be low water over here somewhere. Maybe. Well, let's see now about working our way back. Ooh, that's possibly lower water over there, although I would definitely feel more comfortable in a full-size truck rather than one of those little scout boppers. Even with the good snorkel on them, they are light enough that it does not take much water to just grab them and rip them away or flip them over, or both. Let's see if we can get up over here somewheres. This looks reasonably passable. It's a little vertical, but I think we'll do it. Just gotta find a good way of getting through all of these trees. Nope. Yep. As soon as I started to gun it there, I realized that that one tree was definitely going to end up pushing me somewhere I didn't want to go to. But that's okay. We got the auto winch for just this very thing. Okay, not that thing apparently. I tell you what, let's just go straight to the better tree here. Pitch that nose around. There you go. There it is. There you go. It still goes on the flip counter, but that's not a real problem. That's just a momentary inconvenience. If even that much. Okay, back to the other truck. Now, let me make sure that I'm turning at the right spot. Come find Dan over here. Gotta go up through the middle, and bingo bango. My beacon's on? Yes, my beacons are on. Okay, phew. Tow is engaged. And the Res's engine is now on to make that a little easier to deal with. Ooh, hey, I can see inside. Yeah, I could momentarily. Now I can't. The bridge is messing me up. Well, I'm on the way to go check that out.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Nice weapons.
It's still totally inappropriate to SnowRunner, but I got my Sirenscape hooked up with my welcome, randomized welcome speech. Where does that actually come from? I'll have to go check that one. I do like this one. I got to make sure I favorited this one. This one is kind of entertaining. Totally irrelevant to SnowRunner. Kind of work okay for Zelda. Although I don't know how much, if any, I'll be streaming that anymore since I've already finished it. Do I already have this one going? Show task. In the ditch. Oh, ha! That's the one that actually got me this vehicle, apparently. Oops, that might be awkward. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going with that one once we're done with the Dan here. The Dan is straight ahead, but to get to straight ahead, we're going to have to bow way out to the left. Sorry, birds. Truck coming through. See what I can do to not roll in a simple turn. Gotta remember which vehicle I'm actually driving. The fact that I did put the better tires on just in case I needed to get down in the dirt, but yeah, I didn't bother wasting time with any possible four-wheel drive or lockers or anything. May or may not even be available on this. It didn't even look, to be sure. It didn't have the raised suspension. I know that much. Oh, hey, that's a nice culvert. But I am hopeful that I've got at least enough power to pull this little bitty hill here in order to go find Dan. If it doesn't, let's try it right here. If it doesn't, then I go up these nice people's driveway. Let the res try to push me through here. So the res may have to pull me back out. Get to pulling, res. Thank you, res. Okay, well, I had my suspicion that it might not actually go up that hill, so we're going to go up their driveway instead. And then I probably have no compunction about just busting down their fence, but I don't want to get caught. Yeah, I don't want to get caught in that tree line, so I do want to turn kind of tight here. Go up right in this gap. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. I've already opened up that tower. So I just need to shoot this gap. Dan's just on the other side of this field. I don't care about my own damage. This truck has one job right now, and it's 80 meters away. So I'm trying not to crash too hard. So let's turn off the engine on the res. Let's detach it. Shut mine down. Let's open up with the repairs. I did already... No, that's me. Let me get the Dan. Okay, I did already fix Dan's gas tank, just in case I got here first with a fuel-only vehicle, so we'd be able to hold it without leaking. So, let's see. What have I got? So he's, what, 185 short on the suspension, but everything else there looks fixed up. Yep. So let's go to refuel mode. Maintenance add-on into the Dan. Gulp. That is cleared. Let's go ahead and gas everybody else up, just as long as I happen to be sitting here. Res, can I reach Dan from here? Yes, I can. I've got 150 points there. I need, what, 45 more? I need 35 more. Boom! There's 150. Woo! It's definitely a runner. Now you got yourself a classic old truck. See if you can get it back to the garage. You know, it's my truck. I can do whatever I want with it now. 1,000 XP, 10 grand in cash, and the truck. Hello, Dan. I got all these extra triggers that don't seem to do anything. Is it actually? It's considered wedged. The tree and the tractor both have it pinned in place. Diff lock is always on. Four-wheel or all-wheel is always on too. Oh, hey, we got a little bit of motion there. This is just an exercise to see if I can do a thing. Let's see if I can get it unstuck from here. Oh. Oh, holy crap, it actually worked. I grabbed a stick that was just lying there on the ground and thought, well, that's not going to do me any good. And then all of a sudden, I'm flying. I got free beacons. I got low headlights. I got this kick-ass horn. I got full-time all-wheel drive and diff locks, and wow, this thing smokes like a chimney. And it was just freshly repaired too. That's a problem. Here's the hole I made. Okay, well, we definitely are going to need to recover in order to do some customizing. It only has one engine option. Only one option there. Only, wow. Oh, we can put muds on it. How much cash do I got? I got $1/8 of $1 million bucks. I can afford to blow some on tires. Let's crank up the winch on this bad boy. Oh, spare wheel is always a gamble on these because that might screw up extra space for putting anything else on here. Fan body. What do I actually want to do with this thing? That's a really interesting question. I'm not sure what to do with this thing right now. I am going to put... I think you need a high saddle for that fuel trailer that's sitting right out front. I'm going to go for that. It comes with the beacons. Like the fog lights on there. In addition... Ooh, the double tall beacons. Yeah, we need those. Beacon upgrade. It's got, yeah, I like the look on those. Outrolled, muzzle, heat shielded. Okay, the stock being basically no exhaust is why it's pouring out of the chassis like that, so. Let's go ahead and put some better those on. I like those. Oh, I was kind of hoping that it would have a DLC paint job. Oh, yeah, I kind of like that one. Let's go with that. And yeah, we don't need to mess with any of the rest of that stuff. Okay, let's roll this around the corner. Yeah, the high saddle will hook up to this trailer. Where is that trailer going? I don't know. Ninja started that mission, so I haven't actually seen it yet. Let's see if it's one of these I actually have access to. Missing parts is where I want to deliver them to. So I could go grab both of those. Is that an... Oh, there's another actual truck. Oh, duh. That's my truck. That's why it's sitting down there like that. Duh. I know a shortcut. It's the yard in the trailer. In the ditch. Deliver the trailer. Oh, okay. Here we go. So yeah, I can just drive this right over. I can just drive this right over to that gas station. Fuel, I've noticed in this New Game Plus mode, if you get a trailer or a new vehicle or anything, all the fuel there is free. If you recover to the garage, it refuels for free. If you stop to get fuel at the gas station, they actually charge you $2 a liter for whatever reason. It actually has an in-game cost where every other fuel source does not. So I think Ninja's intention was drop this over here and hey, look at that, you've suddenly got a free 5,000 liters worth of fuel for messing around with. But if you're right there at the garage, all you have to do is pop in and out of the garage and boom, you're refueled anyway. Once I've got the trailer store open, then you can buy a fuel trailer and then turn around and sell it away again at full price. So right now, I think I'd rather have the XP from this bad boy. Yeah, this the dirt track definitely isn't on its way to happening, though. You know what? I should drive over there and at least find if it's got tasks for repairing it or if they're all mission based. Boom! Hey, look at that. I've been promoted and I get to keep the trailer anyway. Show rewards. Yep, I got to keep the tanker. And originally, that Ford cabover is what was pulling this trailer when they went off the road into the ditch, thus the name of the task. Since the truck had already been recovered to the garage, it was already reassigned to me, and now the trailer is too. You know what? Let's just stop you right there. What have I got for the Ford to do? I don't think I have anything for this Ford to do. So let's just do a recover there. Where's this at? Oh yeah, that's the other one that I need to go recover. Let me run around real quick, make sure that I now have all of these watchtowers open. Yep, that's all good. So let's go to the res, do a recovery. Now we are going to run this out real quick. We're going to go do some surveying. I need to come out here and check out the track. I can at least get that far today before I gotta wrap up a little after 6. So I got, 15 to 30 minutes left here. It's another one of those trailers that I just kind of got. You know, in theory... I could load the truck and that scout trailer thing both onto that ramped flatbed. Tow them back together. But since I can't actually drive the truck, I would have to drag it into place, and I don't know how well I'd actually be able to pull that off. I may not be able to get it to a point where it would pack, and then I'm back to just dragging one at a time. So instead, we're going to go check out the race facilities. Bounce, 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 bounce. So oh, okay. You can't actually race those yet, because there is junk sitting in the middle of the two race lanes. That looks like it needs a repair job as well. Come down here to the turnaround. Oh, wow. Oh, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Oh, I thought he could do a barrel roll. Oh, this is maybe problematic. Well, okay then. I guess he's done with that job. Oops, didn't mean to push down. Let's just go ahead then and get him slightly out of the way. Nope, actually don't want the res. I want the Zeeks. And let's just go ahead and do a recovery. Oh, I might be able to pick that trailer up, pack it on my flatbed, and then winch to tow the truck. That's worth an investigation. That will likely be enough for me to fill out the rest of my time here today. I'm gonna have to change my waypoints, but I'll get a little farther out here. Didn't like that stop sign anyway. I believe there are actually contracts for cleaning up the race facilities. So I'll have to make those my focus next time I get back to this. Which is going to mean after the next couple of weeks of doing some Season 10 stuff. Okay, that's where I turn for the race course. I don't want that. I want to come down to this one. Let me clear the extra one. Come down to here. Luckily, this truck does pretty well in the mud, so I'm going to go this way. How dangerous is it going to be to just try to cut straight across this field? I bet it's going to be highly toxic. So there's the trailer. There's the other truck I need to get. Trailer, I only really need to bring as far back as this road here, because the trailer store is farther out in the direction that I'm currently pointed, which is where I need to take the trailer. The truck needs to come back with me to the garage. Also believe the trailer can't actually be delivered to the trailer store until the trailer store has been constructed, which is another contract. I'm going to need to start putting some of these in priority order. But that day is not today. So yeah, Ideally, I'd like to just drop the trailer off right here at this intersection. Oops. There we go. I need to pan back. For this truck, we're making pretty good time along here. No invisible 90-degree angles to keep getting hung up on. Doing thousands of points of vehicle damage. That's a different turn off about the same main road. Avoid the rock, hit the trees. Let's just see about going straight across. Mud be damned. Oh, honestly, that's not even as deep as I've expected it to be. Yeah, the Mastodon just chews that stuff up. It's on the hill up there, okay. It's got the larger body of water to have to get around. There, now we're lining up. Originally thinking I would just go straight up over. I was worried about stumps. Predominantly. I don't think stumps are actually too big a problem in there. There are some sizable but easy to spot ones. Keep grinding it. There you go. Crab walk it a little bit. So there's a stump, but it's easy to spot for a change. So blowing by. Kind of glad I didn't go to that upper waypoint that I had set. Oops. I was busy looking at the top of the hill, so I wasn't looking at the stumps down here. Pointed. I didn't remember that truck being sideways before. I thought it was sitting on its wheels. I wonder if I managed to pull it down when I yanked out the trailer behind it. Oops. Ooh, okay. Let's go for a lower gear. Nope, I got the gas pulled down. Maybe that's a little bit of a steep hill to climb. Nope, don't throw it. Wow, it threw the nose so far over, it actually didn't hit the tree because it kept going. Let's see if we can do it. Same thing the other direction. Avoid the stump by going way too far. We have some real tree action going on here. Okay, I got the beacons turned on while I was rolling backwards down the hill. Okay, we are invoking safety this time. because I knew making this maneuver here was going to make us roll. Use the winch to slingshot me there. That tree's in kind of a really bad position. Let's see about getting this bad boy pivoted off the tree that it's currently stuck on. Oops. I need to be in automatic so it can actually back up. Okay, got it off what it was stuck on. Did some arguably heavy damage to it, but it seems fine now. I really don't want to come all the way down here, but this is probably going to be my best bet at not rolling, is by coming down here. Okay, now we're going to try something a little spicy. Let's see if we can get this trailer to actually mount up. The more I look at it, the more I'm pretty sure it's not gonna. If I could get it to even just kind of balance up here, that would be pretty swell. It's giving me the red. Are you just going to pack? Is it going to be just that easy? No, it's not. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, this is totally not going to work. It's not even going to come close to working. But here we are. So what I want to do... Let's just see if I can make the straight pull out there. I think that rear post on that trailer has actually got it latched on hard to the crane. That seems to be holding it kind of stable. Oh, wow, that's turning hard. The one time it turns hard, it's because it's magnetically attracted to its stump. Yeah, I'm totally violating physics right now. There's no way that little leg would actually hold all that weight with what I'm doing to it. But I'm going to take it. I would be curious whether you can actually hook a full-size truck up to this or not. I was pretty sure that this is a Scout-sized trailer. May have to go get the old Scout 800 to take this one along. Oop. Finally had to downshift there, but it is still holding on tight. Ooh, it is muddy here. It said I got to keep the curtain side trailer at the end of this mission, but there's literally nothing I could do with this trailer except just drive it around in circles. Because you can't put cargo in it, and you can't put fuel in it, and it doesn't hold repair points. There's kind of nothing else for it to do. I guess I'll just park it up somewhere pretty. I'm just going to fire up the other truck's engine to help pull the push just a little bit, but yeah, it keeps going into the water damage level, so we'll just let it sit there. Hey, you get him, Jedi Greeter. You done a good job today, son. Old Bacon Snake's got his new greeting. I believe Miller Time and JB Snake also have at least the custom text greeting I put in. I don't think I settled on an audio greeting for them. I've also found what I will end up needing to do for my bot to get raid and resub and all of those alert notices. And they start moving a bunch of that responsibility off of the other cloud services that I got them running on and just let them run local on my machine here. Yeah, okay. Yank and pop. Should be far enough off. There you go. Deposited. Do need... How did you end up sideways? What did you do, Ray? Flip you back upright. I'm probably too far away. No, I'm okay. That works. That's close enough. Reel you in a little bit before I head off around this corner. Try not to be a jerk to the trailer when you come by. Thank you. Okay, we are going to go drop off the GMC, and then that is probably going to wrap it up for the evening because I can't drop off the trailer until I've rebuilt the trailer store. There's a trailer store on the other map if I really needed one, but in order to drop this off at the correct one, I'm going to have to build it first. And that is more time than I've got free this evening. I got me one last document to write for this client. Do some tonight, wrap it up and get it into review tomorrow, and then complete the review and publish it on Friday. And then on Saturday, we are going back to Metroid Prime Remastered, because I managed to boldly fight my way right up through a huge new horseshoe area, so that I am at the save point right before what looks like some sort of next boss chamber. That was the prime point to raid on into Dan Servo last Saturday, so this Saturday, I'm going to go see what's in that chamber. It's guaranteed to end well, I am sure. And at some point, I'm finally, hopefully, going to start getting a hold of the artifacts that I need in order to actually get to the end game in that game. Because I think I've unlocked all of the unlockable stuff. The visor types, and the weapons. Stage complete. Okay, I hadn't meant to have to crush you in order for me to get out, but you've left me no choice. I've left me no choice. I'm gonna knock down some fences, I'm gonna bust up some trucks. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. Sounds like I'm writing a cowboy song. Set the brakes, stop the engine. Let me take a quick peek around. The Res is here, the Zix is here. Dan's over there with the fuel tanker. This one just appeared. This one was sitting over at what needs to be the trailer store. And Ninja used it to load up the Ford. And it might have even been one of the small trailers or something that's already gone by. The step deck. Yeah, that gooseneck was over here with the step deck. These are just sitting here waiting for things to happen. Oh, hey, can I actually... I don't have to have the trailer store open to drop that off, do I? Okay. Emergency audible. I don't have to stop now just because it's just after 6. I am going to complete this entire mission by dragging that trailer over to the someday going to be a trailer store. That's good. I couldn't tell before whether it was a viable drop-off point because you had to deliver the GMC there before you could activate the trailer portion of the event. Now that it's live and it says I'm good, I'm going to do it. That way I don't start, in 3, 4, 5 weeks from now when I'm done with Season 10 and come back to this. I don't start smack in the middle of a task and having no memory of where I am or what I'm doing. So I'll be right in between tasks having no idea what I was doing or where I was going. Or, the usual for me. I am actually going to see if I can hitch up that trailer. It'll be a little bit of an easier drive if I can actually connect to it and pull it and not have to worry about it doing a crocodile death spiral behind me. But I'm 92.8% certain that it's actually not going to connect, so then I'll just throw a winch on it and off we go. Dragging it through the yellow square at the other end should be sufficient for completing the task. Having said all of this, I would be happier, would have been happier, I'd actually dump this facing the other direction. Well, there we go. That works. Yeah, not even showing up as an option, but at least I can grab it right there. Nah, it's still gonna death spiral. Whatever. Screw you, trailer. I'm still taking you home. I think it actually would follow behind me a little bit better if I used the crane. Attach the crane to the tongue and then lift it a little bit so that those front stubbies wouldn't be scraping on the ground. But I don't care. It's not my trailer. And if they give it to me at the end of this mission, I don't want it anyway, so I don't care what condition it's in, real or imagined. So we're just going to scuff it along this superhighway. You know what, if they do give it to me, because I thought that was part of the mission rewards, it'll be handy that it's sitting at the trailer store, because the one thing I think I can make use of it for is once I've got the trailer store open, I can run over here with the res. No, not with the res. I can run over with the Scout 800, hitch it up, and then sell it at the trailer store, so it'll be worth some extra cash. That gives it a little extra value beyond just the cash that the mission itself is about to reward me with. Yeah, I thought there was a drive on this side as well. Guess not. It's okay. It is not far to drive around to this entrance instead. Someday I'll be dropping goods off there to repair that. But for today, poof! GMC awarded. Yep, and the curtain side Scout trailer that has no value beyond resale. Disconnect that, stop the engine, set the brake, go to the menu, and I will just come right back up to the face cam. You know what, let me make sure that that's properly got everything saved. There it goes. And wow, the fan on the Steam Deck is just cranked up with all of that graphical goodness it's been working on. Let me do a quick little preview to see if there's anyone ready to be rated. Killer's Road is doing some SnowRunner right now, I believe. Oh, District is doing some Mud Runner. Yeah, I tell you what, I think the Mud Runner is going to be the way to go. No, it's going to make me spell more of it. There we go. District B13. So thank you everybody for coming and joining me today, getting back to the Pine Valley adventure. I love this map. I absolutely love it. It has that one turnoff where the geometry is built all messed up, so it does a ton of damage to your vehicle on invisible corners. But other than that, it's got those couple of spots where you get the exclamation point balloons, but the rest of it is actually built very well. It looks really good with the exception of the distant water at the edge of the map, but you don't go over there, so screw it. Who cares? Doesn't matter to anybody. But it's got a nice ton of missions to work on. That's what most of the mod maps that I've played with are pretty badly failing at. It's either they've got no missions, or they're really unimaginative and super repetitive, or in Crocodilsk's case, they involve driving phenomenal distances with no services in the middle, so you have to do all kinds of fuel planning and stuff, and it becomes really boring to watch as well as to play. So this one I really love. I'm going to come back to this someday, but next Wednesday I'm off to Season 10. We're going to go see what British Columbia is like in the minds of the developers of the game. This Saturday, I'll be doing more of the Metroid Prime Remastered, because I also love that game. Having never played the original, I am shocked that this is actually based on an old GameCube game. The remaster they did was so good on it that it actually feels like a modern Switch game, which means I can't wait for Prime 4 if it ever comes out. I guess it's been a tease for the last 8 years or so. I have a suspicion, based on some of my totally not inside knowledge, but watching YouTube videos, that it may end up being closely related to a Switch 2 release title, maybe next spring. But it'll probably take me until then to get to the end of Metroid Prime Remastered, because I only play that one on stream, only 2 hours at a time before I raid into our good buddy Dan Servo on Saturday afternoons. So I have no idea how much longer this one's going to take me. I may be doing it for a while. And if I do finish it up before 4 is available, I'm actually going to have to pick another game to play on Saturdays, or take suggestions from the crowd. I don't know, whatever. You people can let me know what you all like. Let me get the raid all set up. So once I get that clock ticking, I can throw us over to the end stream page, play a little more of whatever it is. I'm going to go with some emo off of Pretzel Rocks, because why not? Let's see what it's got. Very clearly, drum and bass was dubstep earlier, so I have no idea what emo's going to be, but that'll be fun. And then we'll raid on in to District B13. He is a legend in the SnowRunner and apparently Mudrunner community. Wave high, go on about your day, whatever you want to do. He won't be bothered, I won't be bothered, but I do want to thank you for coming and joining me today, and I will look forward to seeing you all next time.